So we do this every year.
Yep, we just want to make sure that the suspension stays in perfect working order, make sure there's no worn out parts. I'm Bob.
I'm Barb. Together we make a
HetteshWorld.
Today we are at MORryde.
We're here to get our annual inspection, and we're going to take you along on the journey.
So stay tuned. Follow our channel, you know we've been on the road almost 6 years now.
Yep.
And for 5 of those years, we've been coming right here to MORryde.
Well, we're there every year just to make sure that the suspension is doing what it's supposed to be doing and that we're not going to have any kind of issues going down the road.
So we've been bringing it MORryde now for about 5 years, and this guy has taken care of it for 3 years.
Hi guys, I'm Jay. Been working for MORryde for 10 years. Service for about 7.
And then if you come here, make sure he does it. Don't let anyone else do it. Only him.
And we all know that these roads are in horrible shape. And the whole reason why we went with the IS suspension was because of that, to give us a better ride going down the road.
Talk a little bit about what we have versus maybe the bolt-in that they do now.
This right here is obviously 7K axles. With the newer system, it's a mixture of 7 and 8K. So if you were to come in with this unit with just the regular straight axles and we would put the bolts on, you would kind of get a 8K upgrade.
Ah, okay.
Even though it's 7K, rated for 7K, you would get an 8K upgrade.
Okay.
Saying it's better for the unit itself, removable. So if you ever get a new unit with the bolt-on system, you can possibly put that on your new unit.
Wow, okay.
Without having to pay for new axles.
A big rig, and we're not overloaded, but we are loaded. We carry a Can-Am Spider, we've got a full front-end kitchen, and then we travel 8,000 to 10,000 miles every year.
Yep.
And things change over the years, so we bring it back every year to get it realigned and to get it looked at. Because if you full-time, if you part-time, you need to really do that. Because if you don't make sure things are checked, you could have a problem.
We have had really good luck with our suspension. It has served us very well over the last 50,000 miles.
Well, when we first do the inspection, we look for the spring deflection. So it's 2 points on the spring that we add those 2 numbers, then we subtract from 5, and whatever we get, it's either over deflected or under deflected. We also look for the shocks to see if they are leaking. So it's usually a green fluid that comes out of there, like antifreeze or something like that. We also look for the brake pads, and then after that, that's pretty much the first step of the inspection.
Okay.
And then what we do is we lift it up, put it on the jacks, take everything off, and then with the 7K, we will take the torque brackets off. Okay. Inspect the journal bar like we did, make sure the angle is good, and if it's not, then we'll replace that. And we come and we check the bushing and check those and make sure those are good. If not, then we replace those.
Okay.
Bearing repack, we would check the springs, make sure there's no cuts in the springs, no gashes. If so, then we replace those. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You'll put the angle up against the journal bar.
Okay.
Make sure it's flush. And see this angle right here, this gap?
Yes.
That means that the journal bar is bent.
Okay.
So it's bad, it'll make the alignment bad. It'll make the camber out of alignment. So we need to replace this. We're replacing the torque brackets too, because you can see that the bushing is worn down in one spot. If we put this back on, it'll just do the same thing. Okay. Because this is worn down.
Okay.
Issues that we have with the 7K is actually what we're changing on this one right now. So the torque bracket, the bushings going out, or the journal bar bending, just over time, wear and tear. It's normal. Not bad at all. Okay. So right now the camber is at 2.2 on this side.
Okay.
Passenger side, 0.4 on the
on the other side.
This is the driver's side, passenger side.
Yeah.
-1 with the toe on this side. +16 on the other side. So right now I'm gonna just adjust the toe on the other side.
Okay.
And go from there.
Now, I'm sure people out there know, but tell me, because I'm dumb, what does all this mean?
Okay, so camber is basically like this.
Oh, okay.
This angle.
Okay.
And then the toe is, I guess you could say side to side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna adjust that.
So we're spending the night here at MORryde so we can be hooked up. That's the big thing. And we're gonna go into 5 right here. So it's a tight lot. You guys can see it's a tight lot. So he's got to bring it back here and then bringing it back. I know it looks like we're going into 3. In case you guys don't know about backing up, but he's backing. You're gonna go into 4 now? Okay. But sometimes you got to swing it out, and then as he pushes it back, it automatically starts to come over, but it's not like a car, you know. I mean, it takes some play, and Bob is the best that there is when it comes to putting this big giant girl in any spot. Now, this is nice. This is open, no trees. Gonna go toward 5. We don't know what Bob's doing. We're just gonna follow what Bob does. But your job is to look what's on the ground, what's in the air, what's on either side. Obviously nothing here, but you'd be amazed how many times we've come close or scraped little tiny stupid branches and had to trim trees. And look, I'm walking back with just filming. If I added gum, I'd probably fall down. There's no water or sewer here, of course, and they do this so if you come in the night before, because their service starts at 6 a.m., we just stay at the RV museum. You know, we come in and we boondock for the night. Keep coming back, you got it. And tomorrow night, we're going back to RV museum for, I think, 4 days, and we're staying in one of their paid spots, actually, but that gives us access to water, access to a sewer dump, and electric, because we're taking this girl to Affinity RV. So now, especially with these kind of things, you got to make sure, you know, this is long enough that he shouldn't have to go back there. We're not getting the motorcycle out. It's just an overnight, but you just got to be aware. It's your home. You just got to be aware. Where's it going? What's going on? What's happening? Good job, Bob. Good job. Keep coming back. We're not unhooking or anything. Let's stop right there and see if we want to stay here. I think that's good.
My name's Shawn Baker. I am the service sales representative here at MORryde. So when you bring your units in for service, I'm going to be the face that you see typically most mornings when you're coming in. So that's my title and role here.
My first question is, we have the IS suspension. Do they still do those weld-in suspensions now or not, or just the bolt-in?
Well, what we do is when you come here for independent suspension, we'll take measurements and see everything, put it into a spreadsheet that engineering gives us. It's not our first choice for a weld-on anymore. If we have a choice, we try to go a bolt-on system. Every so often though, once we take those measurements and plug it into the spreadsheet, we see, shoot, we gotta go to a weld-on. So it's not something that we can't do, but it's something that it's not our first choice, but we are capable of doing a weld-on if the unit calls for it.
Okay. What are the reasons that someone should get a suspension today added on? Any kind of suspension at all?
Really, like the MORryde IS is going to give you your best possible towing and experience with your RV. It is truly an independent system where the wheels work on their own. There's no shock or anything sent from one side of the rig to the other, so therefore that shock doesn't travel up through the frame and into the appliances and things that you have on the inside. So it really is worth the investment. And honestly, customers that have had it say it's cheap insurance. It helps add longevity to that rig on there. So that's a good reason to go with the independent suspension. Also, too, maintenance-wise, really there's 3 main wear components to it. The bearings, obviously, but if the bearings are good year after year, you can use them up, for a couple years before you need to replace them with new ones. The shocks are the other thing that could potentially be something that goes out on those, but those are easily found either on Amazon or at other automotive parts stores, because you get a part number with it when you leave here. And then the other thing is the rubber shear springs. So we can see anywhere from a 7 to a 15-year lifespan on those. I tell people it is rubber, so the more you use it, eventually it does peter out a little. But the nice thing about those is it's not going to strand you on the side of the road. You can travel with those. They can take a lot, get to a spot where it's easy to change them out and give our parts team a call, and we're happy to look you up in the system and then send you the parts that you need on those. So it's really those 3 things that are the main wear components on it. And then the other thing I tell people, just monitor your tire wear. That's the easiest way to know if something got shifted under there and it's out of alignment. The blessing of the suspension is it can be aligned.
Well, when we purchased our Riverstone, they had already brought it here and put the suspension on and everything. So it came with a warranty. Is the warranty still the same today? How does the warranty work?
So the warranty is still the same today. It's a 5-year warranty. The first year, parts and labor, we cover. And then the last 4 years of that remaining warranty, we cover the parts, customers cover labor on that, and it's all the metal component pieces under there that's MORryde built. So it wouldn't necessarily cover D-Max, the D-Max disc brakes and component pieces there, but they have a really good warranty that you guys can pass through us, and if it's under the warranty qualifications, we pass it right on to D-Max, and D-Max takes care of it from there. So really, all those parts and pieces under there are on, unless it's a wearable component, is really a 5-year warranty that you're getting on there for the parts.
The last thing is I don't know if you can kind of recap our service today, what all we had and why it was important that we did have the stuff, what happened and why we needed to get it done.
Yeah, so basically what we ended up doing with your unit today, obviously we do a full inspection and everything on it, but we kind of had a little bit of an idea coming in that those 7,000-pound journal bars might have compromised a little bit, because the last time we did an alignment, we maxed the shims out on there. So we kind of had a rough idea, and then ultimately those all needed to be replaced. So it's not a common thing, but it can happen few and far in between here that, those 7,000 pound, and it's really the 7,000 pound ones that we see. The 8,000 pounds typically are able to take it, but there's a lot of variables to it. It could have been, added weight or just travel or whatever. It's a manufactured part, and those things can wear out, but it's not something that we're not able to fix and handle on our end. So that was the main thing that we did. But if you don't get those taken care of, if they're too far out or bent, then that can cause you some excessive tire wear on that could be a hindrance to you. So it was better for us at this point in the life of the unit to say, let's replace those. We also replace the bushings, because eventually the bushings kind of start to, if that journal bar in there starts to bend, it wears a groove in that bushing, and so the bushings then would need to be replaced. But really, those are the main 2 things, aside from doing a bearing repack on your unit. Those are the 2 main things that needed to be replaced, and we were able to replace all those while you were here within a day.
Here below, I'm going to list all the different videos we've done since we've been here. And has it been a smooth ride? No. We had issues right off the bat. Once we had taken it out our first year, we had issues with the tire shredding, and we thought all 3 tires were shredding on one point, and we brought it here, and that's when we realized this is something that needs to be done, because even before we hit the road, we should have brought it here, because it was aligned for how it was, an empty RV. Yeah. And the fact that then we loaded a 1,000-pound Can-Am Spyder in the back,
plus all the other belongings that we can, haul. So.
Yeah, and it was all not overweight or anything, but that threw everything off, and we didn't know. So that's the reason why it took a while to get that fixed, and you'll see it if you watch those videos, how it progressed. But this is an American company, and Lindsay is the girl that's in charge here. We got a train going through down here. It's Elkhart, there's a train. And then Shawn is also in here as well. And Sergio is now the manager, and Jay has been taking care of us all these years. Yeah. But it is an amazing company, and we've had some issues, but they fixed it.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
So let's do a quick recap of everything.
We knew last year they had talked about the journal bars being a little bit out of tolerance. So this year we knew we were probably gonna have to get them replaced. They had to replace all 6, plus they replaced the seals for those units. And that was still all covered underneath our 5-year warranty. So we just had to pay out the labor for that. Plus our alignment labor was also in there too. We figured that's always a great thing to get done because the tires on these rigs are very expensive, so you don't want them wearing excessively. And
so this is part of our RV Learning Series. It's not your standard learning series like 101, 102. As we go along, we're trying to film things that are happening so you guys can understand why something may be important. MORryde does offer a discount if you're interested in getting the IS suspension. You get a little bit of a discount if you mention us when you call in and talk to them. So we hope that you like this kind of video. We want it to be educational, informational, and fun, maybe. So please give us a thumbs up. We want you to smash up that notification bell. Bob's going to want you to comment.
Give us your comments. Do you have the IS MORryde suspension? And if you do you love it? And if you don't, would you install it on your rig? Because it definitely makes the rig go down the road with full independent suspension. So it definitely makes the camper love you a lot more because it doesn't tossle things around inside the camper.
So remember, we're HetteshWorld.
Come travel in our incredible MORryde world.
Bye!
So next time on HetteshWorld,
we're pulling the Can-Am Spider out of the garage and meeting up with Purple on 3, Jody and Tommy G. And we're meeting them in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. It's going to be a wild ride.